one of my subscribers asked me what is the difference between Shalimar Iris from the House of Guerlain, Dior Homme Intense and Dior Homme Parfum. He said, what's the difference between the iris note in all these three fragrances? This is going to be a quick review. It's not so much of a comparison. I'm going to explain how the iris accords in these three fragrances work on my skin and how they smell to my nose. If you're interested to find out about these fragrances, so to speak, stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne and thank you very much for tuning in. That is right, three stunning fragrances: Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Intense, and a new love of mine, Shalimar Iris from the House of Guerlain. I've done an update review on this the other day, and like I say, one of my subscribers, I couldn't get it out then, one of my subscribers dropped a comment down below, and I thought to myself, it would take me ages to write it because I'm not the best at writing or texting as it is. So I thought to myself, I'll just literally do a quick review explaining about the iris notes in these fragrances. So first off, I'm going to start with Dior Homme Intense. This is a fantastic fragrance, there is no doubt about it. I mean, Dior, they have some heavy hitters when it comes to fragrances. And this, when it comes to the iris in Dior Homme Intense, on me, it goes a little bit, or it's a tad powdery, but it's definitely more on the cosmetic bag, lipsticky side, a little bit buttery, slightly creamy, a little bit woodsy, it's musky. I believe that there is lavender in Dior Homme Intense, and it does give off a fresh quality up top when you first spray it on. Now, slightly powdery, more on the lipsticky side when it comes to Dior Homme Intense. Now, Dior Homme Parfum. This on me is a powder bomb. You've got rose in here. I believe you have woods. You've obviously got the iris. I did jot a couple of notes down. You've got Sri Lankan sandalwood. You've got leather. You've got vanilla. The leather does come through. Once the fragrance is calmed down, it does give off a little bit of a leathery undertone, slightly woodsy. This also has a little bit of a creamy side, and I get a very light touch of that lipsticky iris. It's more of a powder bomb on me. So this goes more lipsticky on me, iris wise, and this on me is a powder bomb with a very light touch of that cosmetic side, so to speak. These are both stunning fragrances, there is no doubt about it, but me, I prefer still the Dior Homme Intense because of that lipsticky side the iris gives off. Plus you do get, I mean, with Dior Homme Parfum, you've got the rose in there, plus you've got the iris, so you do get a floral touch, but it's more of a masculine rose because there is a little bit of sweetness to the rose. Plus it also comes across a little bit stemmy. Like I say, you get woods. Both of these have musky edges. Now, when it comes to the Guerlain Shalimar Iris, the iris in this, on my skin and to my nose, it comes across buttery, creamy, smooth, slightly waxy at times, and it definitely has a powdery side. Orris root or iris, sometimes it can come across a little bit earthy. I do not get that with Guerlain's Shalimar Iris, nor do I get that side of the iris really in the both of the Diors. But to me, when it comes to the iris note alone, this gives off more facets of that iris. Whereas this is slightly powdery, a little bit lipsticky and creamy, slightly creamy. This is more, Dior Homme Parfum is more of a powder bomb with a touch of that lipsticky cosmetic bag side. Whereas this is, they're all smooth fragrances, but this is so buttery, creamy. Plus this has got caramel in it and vanilla, so it does give off a little bit of a gourmandish edge, so to speak. And the caramel and vanilla definitely sweeten this fragrance up, but it's not sickly sweet. I don't think Guerlain are not silly enough to push a fragrance to where I think people can't stand it because it's too sweet. So the sweetness, in my own personal opinion, is done right in this fragrance. And like I say, the way the iris comes across, it's got more facets to it than what it does in the Dior's. Now, if you would ask me at this second, right now, out of all these three, which is my favourite out of all these three? Now, don't jump down my throat. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and this is my own personal opinion. You lot watching this might be screaming at the screen going, you don't know what you're talking about. My favourite is the Parfum. My favourite is the Intense. Each to their own. They are solid fragrances, without a doubt. There's no doubt about that. But it is this bad boy. I don't know if it's just because it's a new fragrance and I'm just loving the way it smells. I've given this a 10 out of 10 and it deserves it. But the way the iris is worked in this fragrance, to me, it beats these two when it comes to the iris accord. Now, scent profile wise, which one do I prefer out of all three? This. Gourmandish, sweet caramel, powdery vanilla, a touch powder or a little bit more powder from the iris, and it's so smooth. It's not the loudest projecting, it's moderate for the first hour and a half, and then it reins in a little bit, and by the 2.5 hour mark, I wouldn't say it's a skin scent, but it's very low to the skin. But man, when someone gets in your personal space, they're going to ask you, what the hell are you wearing? Because you smell so goddamn good. It is that great, in my own personal opinion. But anyway, this is for you, the subscriber who asked, what's the difference? Slightly powdery, more lipsticky. Powder bomb with a touch of that lipsticky side. But plus, this is a heavier fragrance. Dior Homme Parfum is a heavier, denser, thicker fragrance. It's got a little bit of a syrupy, ambery quality to it. Plus you've got a leathery undertone, but both have musk and vanilla, or I don't think this has vanilla. But anyway, slightly powdery, more lipsticky. Powder bomb with a touch of that lipsticky side, very lightly. Waxy, creamy, buttery, lipsticky, powdery. That's the difference. Right, I hope I helped. I tried to explain it the best that I could without getting kerfuddled, because it don't take me a lot, trust me. So I was trying to put it into words where I understand what I am talking about. Right, if you're watching this who dropped a comment down below, I'm not naming no names. I hope I've helped you out. I hope I've helped you make up your mind. Remember people, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. And I will definitely see you lot on the next one. Thank you for the support and I'll see you soon.